Morning people, and happy Sunday. I'm just going to talk you through to what we've been doing this week on Big Walt. We've ended up doing a full service on him. Usual oil filter, air filter, fuel filter. Did glow plugs on him. Realised that the number 6 glow plug had never been changed. It was dead, so it was poor starting and he was smoking quite a bit. Obviously changed the oil. We've done the front and rear diff oils. We did the transfer box oil, which was hardly any in it, which wasn't a good sign, but hopefully that'll be okay. I'm just going to walk you through a couple of things we've done over the last week or so on Big Walt, just trying to get through everything. There's that much to do, it's just unbelievable, to be honest, a bit overwhelming, but you just got to get through it slowly but surely, because I'm going on a camp out in it next week in Wales, and I've never drove him properly before, and I've never camped in him before, so I've got to try and make sure everything's working so we have a good weekend really. I'll talk you through what I've been doing. I've done a bit of rust treatment on it and that, greased all bearings up and prop shaft and just general maintenance really. I've ended up putting new rubbers on the brake and clutch pedals, taken off the donor van, new door handle on the rear doors because it wouldn't open or lock off the blue donor van, and a couple of bits and bats, a couple of fixings for the air filter that were missing off Big Walt. He's got them on now. There's a few more things I need to take off him yet, but what I'm going to be doing is I'll show you around. So I'm going to have to reseal the shower because I've noticed all the silicone's coming off the shower, which I'll show you. It's a bit grubby, I need to give it a good clean, but I'm going to do that as I do the reseal. But I think it's got a bit damp inside because it smells a bit funky, but all the sealing around the bottom all wants redoing, so that's another job for this week, just to get it right, because like I say, I'm going camping in it for the first time in not this weekend coming, the weekend after, so 2 weeks. So I've got to make sure everything's working, that it drives okay. I mean, it's just drove up from Devon to be dropped off, so it should get me an hour and 20 minutes away hopefully. A few more jobs that are being done. So I found out that the choke cable, choke cable on a diesel, when you're selecting it on, you've got to pull the cable right out to get the choke to come on. The van fires straight up, but then when you're pushing it in, there must be a break in the outer cable somewhere. It's not turning the choke off, so that's another job I've got to do before I use it. And the spin round seat that's been made for the passenger side, which I'll show you, is this base on the floor. Is this. When you're on the seat and you're driving, the seat is wobbling around like there's no tomorrow. I've tightened the base up because it was loose, but I'm not confident it's going to do it. But I've got another seat base out the donor van, which I'm going to make my own. It's proper swivel base that you can just spin round instead of having to lift the seat up, turn it and drop it back down, because it's not safe in my opinion, that, not by any means. There's a lot of things in the van that are not safe, but I just need to work through them all, and I need to make sure that the van is mechanically right to be used and safe to be used. So I'm going to do gas checks on it, and there's loads of things. I'm going to show you a video now of how the single bed is made or not made. Right, so here we go. This is the first time I've ever done this, so I haven't got a bloody clue how you do it. Any ideas? Oh, here we go. So I'm assuming that you spin the seat round and the seat makes part of the bed, but it seems like there's a big jigsaw puzzle to make something that just doesn't work in my eyes. It looks like you put your feet through the cupboard, but this here is supposed to be a belted seat for someone to travel in, and they're all routed the wrong way. All the seat belts are routed the wrong way. The welding on it's terrible, so this is all going to have to be remade. That one returns, so that's not too bad. Winner, winner. That one doesn't work. Oh, light works. So they've got all these pieces here that basically don't do anything. Anybody got any ideas? Right, so I'm going to show you how to make the rear bed. Now the rear bed isn't as difficult as the front bed, in theory. That was quick, weren't it? Now, I'm just shy of 6 foot. And I can lie fully straight. I can lie fully straight on here, so that'll do the job. There's not a lot of room, but there's enough. There's enough for gut sleep anyway. So this is where they've put the extra fuel tank for the heaters. It's under the seating area at the back, but as you can see, you can't get to it to fill it up, so you've got to unscrew it from the wall to fill it up, and it's leaning against the heater. So the fuel tank for the van is only just underneath here, so we're going to drop that and put the feed directly in. Another thing I've took off, strap for the door, because it was opening too wide and breaking the back light, but that's come off the donor van, so that's another thing it's rescued me with. But as you can see, there's just repairs that have been done that need redoing. So this whole panel here is going to get cut out of the blue van and stitched into this one, because it's absolutely in fantastic condition on the blue van. The blue van's probably in better condition than Big Walt, to be honest with you, but Big Walt is the one that needs to be saved. So I'll show you a quick walk around of what I've been doing. Just rust treatment here, there and everywhere, because there is quite a bit of rust on him. As you can see, the bodywork needs sorting out, but the rust, I think there's more rust appearing every day. Let me see, on the gutters. It's all been treated. Around the windscreen, there's been some poor repairs, but we'll get there. I've just watched my previous video back and I look a bit miserable on it, and I'll be honest with you, it's probably just a bit overwhelming, all the jobs that need doing on this van. But there's no turning back now, I've got it, so it's got to be done. Just stuff like this. It's like, if this was done properly, it would be actually a good van, because the idea is there, but the finish is just shocking. But anyway, another thing I've done is I've put an earth strap on the leisure batteries, because the split charger system wasn't working when it was running, and it was because there was no earth. I put an earth on it, now it works perfectly. And getting everything's charging, solar panel's working as it should. I'll show you the wiring. The wiring's a bit of a mess, but I've got it all to work for now. It was probably working in the past, but just over years it's not. But I don't know why that's lit up, it shouldn't be. Just noticed now that the split charger's turned on and the van's not even running for some strange reason. But I've managed to get the underfloor heating working and a few other bits and bats. But that's something else I've got to look at now, because that shouldn't be on because the van isn't running. So, honestly, I'm losing will live with this thing, but do I keep going? I don't know. I need to keep going, I really do. Okay, after a little bit of fettling, I just realised that if you have the leisure battery switched on and have the van running, the split charge relay kicks in, and then when you turn it off, the engine, the relay stays turned on. But if you turn the leisure battery off and back on again, it goes off. But I don't see how it can do that, because it doesn't seem to be wired that way. Anyway, it went off. So basically, when you drive this van, you have to have the leisure battery turned off for the split charger to work and then go off on its own. It all wants rewiring, to be honest with you. So when I rip it all out, it's all being rewired, and I'm going to put a bigger inverter system in, because it's only got a small 800 watt one in it. And when you try to run an air fryer or anything, it just kicks in and out and overheats. So it's no use in an ornament, really. But I was trying to and get it mechanically right so I can get there. I don't feel safe driving it, to be honest with you. I want to get it right, and I'm definitely not taking my son in it until it is right. It just wants a lot of work, a hell of a lot of work. Have I bitten off more than I can chew? No, I'll sort it. It's just a lot more work than I wanted to do. But on another side, I'm going to have to sell my red camper to fund it. So watch out for that going up for sale soon. I mean, if anyone's looking for a well sorted Westie, that is the van to have, to be honest with you. It's a cracking van, an absolutely cracking van. If anyone wants any more info or any more videos on it, just give us a shout and I don't mind sending them over. Right, so I've come to the conclusion that for a DIY build it's not too bad, but it's not up to my standards, I'll be honest with you, and it's not up to most people's standards. But I think it's going to take me more than a couple of months to sort this out. I think it'll be a 12-month period. Do I really sell my T25 whilst I'm doing it? I don't think I should, but I think I'm going to need to, just to fund big Walt. Was it a good buy or not? I hope so, because it's a bloody big thing, and if you like something different, which I do, it's definitely different.